Hello everyone, Daniel from DePIN Hub now, and we are here in Dubai at the Fluence event in the DePIN Day and reviewing that. Yeah, how are you there?
Doing good. Thank you for asking. Thank you for having me here.
How's the event going so far?
I mean, it's busy, pretty busy, and but a lot of people, a lot of nice conversations. So, right.
I think the DePIN Day event has become like the core DePIN side event in any full site right now. I've been the last one that was in Tongsensi in Hong Kong, and that was really, really good. Now here in Dubai as well. I've done a few interviews for those who are at home chilling. You can see like I've interviewed a lot of the different different Peking founders. It's been, I think it was like 16, 17 who killed so far that I've been interviewing today. So it's been a long day, but man, I'm always excited to talk about DP. So let's start talk about you actually and how the Fluence get started and what started behind it.
Well, it's actually a long story. Yeah, we started originally in 2017, and we started from doing a lot of research around how we do the new generation of internet infrastructure with blockchain. And we did experimentation with like databases, encrypted databases, and census networks. We were trying to build a kind of cloud, like something around the cloud. So we approached it from different angles and actually spent a lot of time on it. And then at some point we found, probably the right, solution, how you use blockchain for like as a neutral layer to match customers of the cloud and providers of the computer sources. And then we implemented it and, started scaling.
So it's been 2017. I remember that kind of was around crypto, and it was a crazy time. It was the ICO, and all the craziness. And I guess you were one of the few projects where you kind of build something, tangible.
Well, a lot of people were having crazy ideas at that moment. It was like an exploration of different things. But most of course is dead since then. But yeah, but some of the best is survived. You can still see them around.
I think crypto a lot of times is until you have that mass demand side, it's about survival, continue building, continue expanding, learning. Sometimes people seeing is right, a lot of others. Like I introduced start from Helium Foundations and how Helium, the company actually started in 2013. 2019 we decided to like start trying crypto and pivoting and surviving and adapting. How has Fluence have done that as well? Is the idea in 2017 the same as it has now?
Oh no, it's very different. I mean, we got this concept. We always wanted to create some, solution to as alternative to big cloud platforms because, we didn't we saw this foundational problem of if all decentralized, like a new Web3, being reliant on three major cloud providers like Amazon, Google, and Microsoft Azure. And, it's actually, unfortunately, but after all these years, it's still the state of things is most of crypto is still relied on them. Most of nodes of multiple blockchain networks still being run on these cloud providers because they are so convenient and because they are very smart how they capturing customers and keeping them
a lot of them in, yeah.
Yes. But I think we progressed a lot in terms of, the solution that we offer as alternative. We obviously cannot compete with all the services they provide because they provide like hundreds of services which you can, wire up, and it's really convenient until you start really scaling and seeing your cloud bill, how it's growing. But we are essentially want to compete on a couple of foundational services. Like for now, we provide, for example, virtual service. It's a virtual machines. It's like alternative to Amazon PC to their basic compute service, like elastic cloud computing, they call it. Then we just want to make sure that even within this service, it's actually quite complex inside because there is a lot of aspects to how these virtual machines run, how it works on different hardware, how it being plugged with the storage, with, what's the way you do the network connection between these machines, IP addresses, all kind of stuff. So there's a lot of details too, but as soon as we kind of have feature parity with this basic offer of the clouds, we actually can capture quite a big share of their customers because what we provide is much lower price, much lower cost for these services, and it comes because of efficiency of the model with the blockchain, because we are not introducing any additional margins on top of actual hardware costs.
And let's say throughout the history, is there any like big challenge that you remember that you guys overcame?
Yeah, it's always the problem is there's challenges, there are technical challenges, there are business challenges. On business challenges, the actual problem is crypto market is very circular. It's very cyclic, so it quickly has quick bull markets where everything goes up dramatically and people lose their minds. They want to invest and earn money, and then there's this depression periods when on the bear market when people are not interested. They traders disappear. Retail people disappear. And then you should manage those waves in a way that if you need fundraising, you should fundraise through the bull market, and then you should build through the bear market, and you should earn your customer base and revenues to the product through the bear market cycle. And then if you miss the cycle, you may not survive because you may run out of money. So it's like you have to pay attention to the market, and you should behave properly in different stages of the market cycle. And then on technical side, actually, because blockchain is a new technology and we always had a chain as a one component of our solution, because on chain, we sort of matching customers and providers and all the financial transactions between them happening on chain. There's a token economics with staking and all this stuff. It's actually because chains are being still, we having them for 10 years or so, but it's still new technology because a lot of layers and components like indexing and RPC and stuff being built on top that you need to use if you have a chain as a part of your solution. It takes so much effort. It's much easier to build stuff on centralized tools. Just have a normal backend database, and then done. Yes, you just use cloud tooling and it's done. But because we built all the alternative from the ground up, it's quite hard.
Yeah. Especially, I think building DePIN is already very complicated. Even without the crypto side of things, would be very complex, right? Trying to build your own AWS. Yeah. Then you have crypto decentralization, and then this adds a lot more complexity. And then, of course, slows things down. But I think that's the way forward, right? I think it's crypto. So many DePIN projects are building things that are really, really hard, but it takes time. I do think that DePIN overall as an ecosystem still gonna take maybe a couple more cycles to become something everybody knows about. Yeah, it's still very small. So on the things that you guys build, how can people participate on the Fluence network? Can anyone deploy their servers on the websites, for example, on it?
Yeah, so currently we have this virtual servers offering, and it's currently we are collecting people who want to join the beta stage of it. We had alpha stage, it's now closed. Now we are collecting application for beta. So it's still kind of permissioned access, but it's because we want to make sure that it's actually reliable and nothing go wrong in there. Because cloud is kind of sensitive thing. You don't want it to go down. So currently we are onboarding people in batches. So now, if you want to try it, you can just fill short form on our website, apply and get to the next batch to onboard and try the virtual servers and deploy anything you like. Mainly people in Web3 deploy nodes. You can run Ethereum nodes, you can run any kind of blockchain nodes on our infra. But you can also use it for backends, databases, game servers, websites, whatever. And then on provider side, we also invite professional providers to participate. We also, at the moment, limit the participation because we only want reliable hardware, like a high-end CPU servers in tier 4, tier 5 data centers. So very well connected, secure, good latency, and so on. And this is the foundation which people who are customers are using. So that's why we are kind of being careful at the moment how we grow the network. But we will be opening gradually it to more customers and more providers as well. At some point, we will open it to anyone to participate. We'll have a tiers of the hardware. And then also we have the tokens. So we have token holders that they can participate by securing the computation, securing the compute capacity by staking on it with a token. We also have like a liquid staking token, and we are now actually like working on adding more like additional yield generation for this liquid staking token by integrating in with restaking protocols, with loan markets, and so on and so forth.
And how do you see Fluence in the next few years? Like when do you see that anyone can just go and deploy like a website, for example, on Fluence?
Yeah, I would love to say that we would have it fully publicly open next year, definitely. So this year we go through this gradual opening stages. Then, but actually, like if you really want to deploy something, you already can do it. Like there's a high chance we will approve you in the next patch. And then, so we have two tracks essentially. We work on the cloud products. We will be adding more sort of aspects of the VMs. We will have the clustering of the VMs. We'll have the snapshots and backups, migrations of the virtual machines between networks to manage fault tolerance. We will be adding storage integration and also working on adding GPUs. We'll have GPUs because a lot of customers actually asking for GPUs now. So we have to just bring it to them. And on the token side, as I said, we also it's a kind of separate. We consider a token as a separate product.
Yeah.
So we have to grow it separately. It's a little bit different audience, and we'll bring more ways for them to participate and to generate yield on top of staking yield. And there's a bunch of mechanics going to be brought there.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. Do you think then next year I can go to Fluence the same way I go to like DigitalOceans?
I hope so. Yeah, that's the goal. Yeah, that's the goal. I mean, DigitalOcean for now have like quite a lot of services.
Yeah, forget about like DigitalOcean in the beginning, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely.
Because slowly they're trying to catch up with AWS, right? Like so many services.
Yeah, but at some point you get this. Still, there are niches among these cloud services. Like AWS has a lot of services. It's impossible to build it all on our own. But what we want to have is we want to build the foundation because we are doing it more and more permissionless and more open. So we expect people to actually join and build other cloud services on top of our basic offerings. And together as a community, like open source community, we can have alternative to big clouds.
Yeah, I think that does make a lot of sense. Like I personally much rather deploy infrastructure in DigitalOcean than AWS.
Yeah.
And then hopefully use near future Fluence over DigitalOcean.
Yeah, you should try it. If you have something to deploy, you should try it.
Wow, I was definitely try it. Let's make sure. So where people go to know more about, Fluence?
Fluence, yeah. Just Fluence.network, everything is there. It has you can learn about the product, about providers, about what you can do, how you can stake and participate. So all of there.
Also make sure to go deepinhub.io/projects/Fluence. You have all the links for the social networks, for the website, project description, metrics about growth, etc. There's a lot of information there as well. Oh, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thanks for organizing all this.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thanks, man.